Welcome to Film Riot. Today we're answering questions, so let's answer questions. First question, if you had no film equipment aside from maybe your phone and you only had $100 to start making films with, what would you buy? I don't know that I would buy gear. If you're just starting out, you have a phone, that's great. That's a great place to start with. You're not going to start making really high quality stuff right away, so my focus would be on education and experience. So take your phone and make as much stuff as you possibly can. Make one short film a week. Make it a minute to 2 minutes long, dial it in like that, figure out how to engage your audience. How can you get the audience to feel what you want them to feel when you want them to feel it, and bring them along for this ride. Get them to see the vision that you had in the beginning. And that only comes from doing and doing again and again. And of course, there's great educational material online. There's a ton of free stuff. Then you can get stuff like Masterclass, which has some amazing stuff out right now. I'm still going through the Ron Howard class and it's incredible. So I would put my time, energy, and money toward that and worry about gear later. One for the editors. Do you have a favorite moment in a film where the editing really impressed you? Is there a particular editor that you admire? Actually, Lucas would answer this better. Lucas?
Yes, Ryan?
You didn't hear the question?
Nope.
The question was, one for the editors. Do you have a favorite moment in a film where the editing really impressed you? Is there a particular editor that you admire? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. They kind of go hand in hand. I think my favorite editor, especially living and right now, is this editor named Joe Walker. He cuts for a handful of people, but the relationship between him and Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite, and it kind of, for me, exemplifies the director-editor relationship from the little bits that I've been able to gather from interviews and behind the scenes. Just the way that they work and the relationship over the years kind of builds upon itself, that in what they've established in one film carries over to the next film, carries over to the next film. And so I really enjoy just kind of following Joe's career and watching all of his films. And one of my favorite sequences that I think I've ever seen him cut was in Sicario, in the bridge scene, and then Tension. There's an old Hitchcock that says, like, understand when you have the audience in your hand and then use it to the maximum extent that you possibly can. And I think that scene really just showcases Denis and Joe's understanding of when they had the audience and exactly how long they could let that play out. Was one of my favorite scenes in that film and one of my favorite scenes that he's cut. But again, just all of Joe Walker's work is super inspiring, and I would highly recommend checking out everything he's cut.
Thanks, Lucas.
Yep.
Lately, I've been sitting down to write a script for a potential movie that I would like to film, but I stop halfway through because I'm realizing I can't pull off the things that the script calls for: locations, props, special effects. So I end up scrapping the film altogether. Do you run into this issue ever? And if so, have you overcome it? I've had two different types of experiences with this sort of issue. Either A, I come to the realization that there's no way I'm going to be able to do this anytime soon, and I don't scrap it. I just put it aside till I'm ready. But I think if you have inspiration and you have the ideas to keep going with that idea, you should keep going. Get yourself a completed script, get a bunch. Because the thing is, if you make a short film that does really well online and people start contacting you, they're going to want to see stuff that you want to make. So if you had a few scripts ready to go, that would be extremely valuable in the event that people came looking for you from something else that you did. So I would still keep trying to finish that up, keep it as a script, put it in the drawer, and wait till you can do it. And then there's been other times, like recently, where I wrote something that there was no way I was going to be able to pull off and just went for it anyway, rolled the dice, and then pulled it off. Of course, not to the level that I would have liked to. We would need way more budget than that. But I've always, for better or worse, reached higher than I should with every project. So I usually am writing something that we probably can't pull off, and then I just do it anyway. Last question. How long did it take you to finish writing the script for Ballistic? I wrote the first draft in about a day, and then I think all in all worked together, it was about a week's worth of work, maybe 2 max, but that's with little tweaks and not consistently working. I was doing a bunch of other things. So probably total about a week to 2 weeks worth of work, I would say. There's nothing more discouraging than having a pile of overdue paperwork just sitting there staring at you while you try to work or do anything you enjoy at all. Well, our friends at FreshBooks have their cloud accounting software that will give you more time to do the work you love and not feel discouraged by the paperwork demon. FreshBooks has been redesigned from the ground up and custom built for the way that you work. It's the easiest way to be more productive, organized, and most importantly, get paid quickly. The all-new FreshBooks is not only ridiculously easy to use, it's also packed full of powerful features. You can create and send professional-looking invoices in less than 30 seconds, set up online payments with just a couple of clicks, and get paid paid up to 4 days faster. Plus, you can see when your client has seen the invoice and put an end to those guessing games. And of course, right now, FreshBooks is offering a free 30-day unrestricted trial when you go to freshbooks.com/FilmRiot and enter Film Riot in the How Did You Hear About Us section.
Logo.
So that's it for today. For my suggestion of the week, it is Lucas's webpage. Check out some of his work. He's done work for Ryan Booth, like his short film The Heights, or 5 Star, the documentary they did together, amongst other things. So definitely check out his work. And until next time, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.